All right, should be back. Don't know what happened there. Internet, something like that. Let's see. Yeah, this is probably not good. Oh, just the trials and tribulations of being in the bond market. Holy fuck. And it's not even really the bond market, it's just Trump's just fucking ridiculousness. I don't know. But, yeah, that's tough. Again, you can be short-term bearish, long-term bullish. And if your positions aren't sized appropriately, I guess so. And for some reason, my internet's hating everything I'm doing. Alright, yeah, so we want to go over here. Eyesight's pretty good. Just want to make sure that they're all set so that people can see, but let's see. I want to see how I can incorporate Discord chat into YouTube. Should be nice. Yeah, it's just your classic fucking bond dumperoo. Let's see. Is that doing anything to any other markets? And then also I just like looking at multi. And it's just been this game of this 4 hour with the risk assets, looking at their ECMA, and Russell was the first to do it, so that was a sign that when the Russell does that, it's just that a sign that I mean, things are looking strong. Things are looking strong when Russell's doing his thing. And then I mean, gold was another one that I had the 40-80 short. I mean, there was 100 points worth of action here, but it was not the move, and EM Pro definitely showed that the central tendency of price for the month was shadowed around 4,200 and can get extreme to 4,500, and yeah, I guess that's kind of like the thing that Bali was showing us. And let's see here. All right, just typed it into GPT. Let's see. A bit of a setup. The cleanest, most flexible way in the browser app. Enable streamer mode. Okay. Okay, just authorize that, the stream kit. that's also part of the reason why I like to have my shit together. Especially when, okay, yeah, that's yeah, and I wish I had my headphones too. Alright, that's kind of it right there. Sorry, just had to Chinese out for a second so that I could make this little chat box here. Kind of first time I've done something so crazy. Alright, let's see. Word. Alright, yeah, so if you want to be on stream and in the chat, then, oh, should I put it in green zone? Should I make it green zone? Not public, though. Not public, though. That would definitely help. Do. So now we can have a little bit of Discord fun, and we can be incorporated a little bit more. Definitely want to do more things like that. Muchas gracias, Senor Steven. Okay, so looking at the rates complex, I mean, haven't seen anything meaningful in terms of more cuts. And we know more cuts will be coming. We just don't know the reason, and we don't know the season, but we do know that they're coming. And so then if you look at 2027, that is the highest value. And 96.97 is a stated rate of interest of about 2.93. Yeah, 96. Because 97 would be a 3% rate. Yeah. So we're looking at like 3.03 right there. For 2027, 3.02 right there. Getting towards that magic 3%. And if you just want to know what the stated rate of interest will be in the future for all these overnight borrowers that we have in this economy, then look at 100 minus that number there, and that will give you your interest for that interest rate future. Well, looking at things over here. Yeah, appreciate that. Do appreciate that. I think it was because I was playing music too. Yeah, I kind of just look at a variety of different assets and kind of gauge their relative strength in real time, and you know which should be the most powerful. Google, Amazon, so that's NASDAQ. And then you should know what's kind of most reliable is the S&P 500, and then you can kind of know what's most speculative, which would be the Russell 2000. And when we're getting good returns from the Russell, it's probably going to be good for the big boys as well. Maybe not. It could be a little bit of a kind of corporate breakup type of thing, but I think that's more conjecture at any rate. Yeah, so that's March of 2026 right there on the rates landscape. U of 2025, so that's not even a contract anymore. So we should kind of update this just to the rolling month. So we have V, which I think that's October. Looking about 4.1%, 4% there. And then X, which is November, 96.25. And then Z, which is December, 96.35. So looking at that basic arithmetic, 10 basis points between X and Z. If there's going to be a cut, it's going to be minimum 25 basis points. So there's a little bit of trepidation about how many cuts we're actually going to see. But I think that Z contract's still probably going to go higher. Yeah, we're going to see more cuts baked in slowly, maybe quickly. Who cares? But yeah, just kind of looking at, let's see. Let's see if there's anything. But yeah, we'll do some snazzy upgrades and stuff. I feel like kind of when I just do basic, analysis streams and stuff like that, I feel like I'm not giving you everything that you should, but the indicators give you more than you should. So it's kind of like a even trade-off, and definitely kind of shows the amount of viewers that I have that I should probably be doing more on that front to make it more visually appealing. But at the end of the day, I don't know how long I'm going to do this for. It's also just trying to get everything up to speed. Mic threshold. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Senor Hunt. Is this mic threshold? Okay. All right. yeah, maybe I didn't need any type of restraint. Maybe I need a little bit of restraint. But okay. But yeah, this is live cattle. I mean, this is a beach mode type of asset as well. I wonder. And yeah, look at this on the 4 hour. Let's see what it looked like on the weekly. Let's just do this all dang day. But yeah, look at that weekly. Unbelievable. And it's going back into it. So, I mean, that is bullish. Bullish beef. If you're bullish beef, then, I mean, people are eating high on the hog. Not even on the hog, on the cow. Yeah, I mean, whenever I hear Bali kind of around in the cup, I mean, gotta watch out for that. But yeah, look at wheat. Wheat's down. That's not a good sign. I mean, gas is so people are eating steaks, but they're not driving anywhere. Interesting, because this is the lowest price we've seen since August of 2021, and there was a nuke that happened, and during COVID and whatnot. But this is, yeah, that's definitely something to be aware of. That's kind of just showing that demand for gas is low, which honestly probably, which would be better for macro, would be diesel futures, but I'm sure it's all the same shit when it comes back to crude. All these byproducts and whatnot. And inflation, if there was some type of hyperinflation, then that would be affecting barrels of crude oil as well, also priced in dollars, but not the case. So bear camp 0.1, bull camp many points. But yeah, I mean, getting back to here, I mean, yeah, and then like you'll also get the TA traders who are looking at this, and they want to I mean, short it probably back at the highs. But yeah, looking at different assets that you can trade and whatnot. It's another thing I look at is spreads. So just looking at like, let's say like silver right here. So the more bullish silver gets, ooh, what happened there? What on earth is going on in silver? Why did that just happen? So like the more bullish that silver gets, the more contango there is. So saying that there's this future demand coming in, and you can see how in 2022 there was dick for contango, and now it literally went 100x from 6 cents to 64 cents, which would be 10x, but regardless, I mean, it's I mean that's just wild. And I mean that, okay, so you get this steep contango, and so that's your bullish sign, and then the backwardation that occurs would be a sign that shit's hitting the fan, which I saw that. Like if you see this spread completely change, like over here on Friday, October 10th, it tried to get back down to a more reasonable level, and the market just priced right back in, and that's crazy. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's something. I mean, it could be, yeah. I mean, that China trade deal that they're talking is gonna, I mean, assuage markets. I mean, that could do it. I mean, if you could set up some type of thing, but I mean, that's the whole thing about this whole game is that it looks like it's crazy bearish because I mean, China's not helping us on our I mean, any types of deals or anything like that, but there could be behind the scenes where that's just all theater, and they actually do have a deal that's more tangible, and it's going to mean mutual prosperity. That's huge. Yeah, so it's going to 90 on silver. That sounds like a kooky number to me. That sounds pretty kooky. Let's see. 57, 65, 75 for the month. So yeah, that actually isn't that. I mean, it is pretty outrageous. I mean, I would never. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. It is pretty fucking bullish, though, too. It is pretty bullish. Let's see. And then you can probably see it on some higher time frame. Oh, look at that. On Bali score. I don't like doing that. I don't like doing that. But it can be fun. And when it took a while for this. It took months for that to actually sell off. But yeah, I mean, look at that 3-day. Looks pretty freaking bullish to me. But yeah, you can also. And yeah, look at that 57, which $5 on micro silver, that's $5,000. That's, I mean, fucking A. I mean, it is like $2,000 worth of buying power now, but there was a couple of times where I was just thinking, just bag it and tag it for some serious points. I mean, like we're talking 8 points. I mean, that silver never does that too. All right, so NME. Yeah, this nano-nuclear thing. Somebody called this out in the Discord, and I was really impressed. I mean, like this thing's ridiculous. I mean. But then you look under the hood, and you're like, oh, your earnings, you're still one of these really revenue, zero revenue, $300,000 in revenue. So yeah, this is just, I mean, pure growth stock. You're just betting on pure growth in the nuclear type of area, whatever, and doesn't really have enough. But yeah, like 64, and with stuff like this, I mean, you don't have a ton of history. There's not a lot to look at its regular state of returns and whatnot. I think that yeah, I mean, obviously you would want to you look at kind of some things and say, okay, is it still going to trend? Yeah, but there's still some. And I mean, to be quite simple. I mean, look at Mom MVP. Mom MVP will show you the way. Mom MVP has been like that since $37. I mean, yeah, that's. But yeah, as far as it goes, I mean, still trending. Kind of losing its trend a little bit there. I think that if you made great gains on it, then, I mean, sell a call spread. Probably don't do that. Maybe sell some of your shares and just free up some capital. I mean, but that's my. I don't know anything about the company. I don't know. But I do know omega ratio, and I can tell you this right here, that like you get morons like me that will say sell this shit and take the profit because blah blah blah. But I mean, there's not too many investments. There's not too many investments that do this. Hardly anything. So I mean, and nuclear is probably the future. So I mean, if you don't have any short-term liquidity needs, then fuck it. I mean, look at that compared to Bitcoin. Like if you want high returns, if you want those 30% returns, it's telling you Bitcoin ain't it. Like, if you look at that, I mean, it's telling you nano nuclear. That's your asset if you want big ass returns with a lower amount of risk. And big ass is like, I mean, what do we want? Like, I mean, like you can annualize that rate too. That's an actual number. That 2.459, if it's on a daily, that's 2.45. That's like 3.4% daily. Yeah, something ridiculous. You'd be making some good returns. Yeah, like I mean, on things like these, it's very difficult to, but you can look at things like, yeah, if you want to sell a call spread or something like that, but you look at 15-minute right here, fuck to the no, and 15-minute right here, it's just rejecting that, and I mean, you look at daily, there's some potential there for some negative returns. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what your time frame is, but yeah, appreciate the love, fam. And the metals company, let's see what they're doing. And then also another way is like, it's not even on TradingView, but just look at the implied volatility and just, I mean, look at that implied volatility and look what's kind of being priced in. But yeah, like I like getting long assets and doing these types of trades, like on daily when you see that type of divergence between red and green. And then, like, as it persists, it's like, oh, this is fucking awesome. I can just go to the beach and just count my gains. And you're just looking at that and saying, okay, well, maybe I should put on a little bit of protection. And I'm not that surgical, so I'm just going to buy the put spread. And it's okay. It's okay. If you have thousands of deltas, and you want to, or if you have hundreds of deltas and you want to throw on a 20 delta put spread, I mean, as long as the IV is not over 30% or 40%, then you should be, I mean, even if still, you can structure it in different ways, but now we're just getting into nuance. But it's not even, what is this not even showing? Oh. But like, don't trust whatever I say. I mean, this is your posterior mean, 0.51, very low. And this is your p-value, 0.89, very high. A lot of uncertainty on this 15-minute time frame. If you're looking at your phone every 15 minutes, then you're going to be really uncertain as to whether this asset's going up or down. 78, same shit. And right here, this is not a good signal. This is okay. My posterior mean is declining and my p-value is rising. Uncertainty in returns. But you do see the MVP 93 to 6. Choose your fighter. If you're choosing the 6, then you better have some type of good reason. Yeah, dude, I've gotten fucking wrecked like that so many fucking times, thinking an asset's leading, and it's just like, why would I do that? Just why would I do that? And it's odd because if you look at omega ratio, Bitcoin compared to Sol and shit is kind of lagging. Like, and you don't even need to have omega ratio. You can just look at ECMA, same time frame, 4 hour. Bitcoin's like struggling in there. Sol's already above it. ES is above it, or ES is like getting rejected by it actually. NQ's making its way. But like, yeah, let's see this junk shit here. And you know what? Honestly, man, the amount of mutual information that this shit even has is very low, and people will put it on shit, but if you're not getting that selling, then you're not getting that selling. KRE right here. Another one, yeah, this right here, Jeffries. But is that going to bring down the whole fucking AI narrative? I don't know. I mean, just some bullshit legacy financial companies. But it does kind of indicate that greater strain. And why, like it's not that like their size or anything like that matters, but it's that why were you accepting, like why was the market kind of accepting their business model, accepting what they were doing, and then no longer the bar has been raised, I mean, yeah, you can kind of see like over here, like this thing right here, it fucking nuked right here, and the whole market nuked. So I think that there is kind of a purge of a lot of junky type of participants, and that might actually throw kind of good money out as well. But really speaking financial here, financial. But yeah, I mean, we kind of got a little bit of I mean, we're getting a good open here, and if you look at just like kind of which participants would be kind of the most cavalier, it would be the shorts, longs, and yeah, you can see shorts kind of creeping back up there, and yeah, another case for kind of this. I only want to see QQQ open, yeah, 605, and yeah, you can see also there. I mean, like the ECMA. Which obviously NASDAQ is going to do it before QQQ does it, unless it's intraday. But yeah, I just look at this shitty little index, and yeah, if people close out of these hedges, could really, I mean, yeah, have a squeeze type of trade there. I mean, we're at 65.53. On April 4th, we were at 67. We saw that increase there, and that's as shit was hitting the fan. Like this right here, when put prices are increasing, shit hitting the fan. I wish I had a graphic there. Shit hitting the fan, and then coming back down, and then we see over here in May, when we realized that shit was no longer going to hit the fan, we see the opposite, and we see a lack of hedging in a lot of ways, and then we would see kind of more and less as it goes. But yeah, this is still a defensive posture, and you can also see that in VIX. VIX shouldn't be this high. That's a 15% monthly probability right there. Any type of sustained move over a weekend with the VIX, and I'm going to give you some type of made-up fact. But regardless, it's definitely something to be aware of. And word, yeah, thanks, Bali. I should have put in green sound, but I was being selfish to the dog town. And well, yeah, so we got VIX right here, and then another one is VVIX. So VVIX, it got up there like there was going to be another, kind of tariff, kind of craziness. But it seems like Trump he doesn't want to, well, the capitalist in him, he's kind of gotten a soft spot for equities. So maybe he's just trying to tone things down as his advisors tell him to take a Xanax and relax. But yeah, and then another way to check is just looking through commodes. So you look over here, and when I say commodes, I mean like the real levers. I mean the real shit that like actually, like whether or not you have beef coming to your dinner plate, whether or not you have wood around your or whether or not like looking at that, like houses, natural gas. So when it gets really bullish growth, and you really do see a lot of growth being baked in, you see natural gas prices rising, which after that shock we haven't really seen returns to highs. And there's different ways. If you get some type of spike because of a war, that's not necessarily good. But copper has been rallying pretty well, and hanging in there. So that's a little bit one for the bulls. But yeah, looking at this SI, I think they do in T-gay colloquial terms. I think they do call that the hanging man, something like that. But I just like the name of it. It's just funny. But the problem is that leads to mental retardation. That really does, and thinking that you're seeing shit. But yeah, it does seem like the TGAs are working their magic around the highs. Maybe some kooks out there, who knows? But yeah, looking at the overall trend here, like looking at that 30-minute. Like I saw that leave in there, and I was like, "Hey, Bali, maybe you should stay in a little bit here." Even though it looks so bullish that, and maybe stay in for a while. But if you're 1 second trade and we're on different cosmic planes there, but we got earnings coming up next week. First little bit of data that we've had in some time. And I'm just going to leave that 2-day there. I'm going to leave this daily here. Because, yeah, this is just the beginning of a little bit of a, this is negative daily technically right here. But I look at it more as flat daily. But, sometimes you can overlook just kind of one indie. But UK Mom is UK Mom. Another thing I'll look at is which assets are going back to their highs and which assets are just kind of, like you see Sol here, and it probably coincides with BIT. Yeah, like Sol making new highs here. BIT wasn't even making new highs. And then Sol kind of comes back up. BIT, of course, comes up and actually makes close to new high, back to old highs. Or no, that was a new high. Yeah. And now, so that's another kind of thing. I mean, I want to see assets. I want to see like I want to see the growthiest of the growth names growthing, and. Yeah, like you see ES here. And then you see gold. Like gold's nowhere near any of that. It's doing its own thing. Which, I mean, I think that also kind of revolves back to the thing that everything else is doing is that there's probably some type of exogenous risk that's really lurking that we're not really well aware of. But I mean, the moral of today's stream, I mean, it's just like, yeah, like, so like if we were going to get one of these huge trade deals, right, then you would see China pumping harder than US because China is inherently more risky. And I mean, we have seen we've seen some good rallies here. So I guess the tell would be this thing mooning, or this thing like really selling off. But yeah, I think the China trade deal. I think that there's a good amount of factors at play here. But yeah, I mean, in terms of, I think that the most, where the rubber meets the road, where things are happening is gold, and yeah, of course those smaller cap names. Those real growth types of, like CoreWeave, for example. CoreWeave made its high over here in June and hasn't been able to come back up. It's a lot of vol. A lot of vol, but yeah, but also, isn't even close to its April lows. A little bit of food for thought there. Low-key sneaky IPO during the tariff tantrums. But regardless, yeah, there's a lot of opportunity. Definitely want to make the streams more interactive. It's risk on, but there's also a good amount of hedging that's occurring, and you can look at things like DVol right here. We don't want to see DVol at 45 if you're long Bitcoin. You want to see DVol at well, I mean, you want to get long at 45 and then have it contract to 36 or even lower. But what does that devol at 45 actually mean? Does that mean 45% annualized vol on the year? Is that what it is? I don't know. But all I know is that when vol is going up and when it's expanding, that's usually when you get those types of shocks. And rug pulls to the upside, rug pulls to the downside. But yeah, I got some things to do today. I got some ocean to jump into, and well, not so normal. But yeah, I'll definitely spend some more time with you guys. We're getting better here. I appreciate all the love coming out here, and definitely now that I got a mobile setup, I can do things a little bit more mobile here and be a little more consistent. But yeah, appreciate you, Scoro. Appreciate you, Stephen Hunt. I mean the whole gang. Much love, and just a little impromptu stream. Sorry for being all over the place, but I guess more content's better than no content at all.